You know who I am?
Anything you say. Anything you say.
It's official.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, the big news, of course, is the election. I did see some crazy shit this past week. The whole squirrel, Peanut the squirrel. You know, I'd seen maybe a video or two of that guy's YouTube and his squirrel. But I don't know, it got crazy, this whole thing with the squirrel. And apparently they had a raccoon too that they came in and killed them both. Just nuts. It's ridiculous. But it's almost, now I'm recording this on Monday. By the time Wednesday comes around, I upload it. I always upload on Wednesdays usually. It's very rare I upload a different day, but I usually do Wednesdays. So we may not have the entire results of the election by then, but there's just no way she's beating Trump. Now, they are pulling some shenanigans now. They're cheating again. There's been reports and video evidence showing them do it. So that's the only way they can win. They know it. It's ridiculous. But anyways, regardless, let's get to talk about what I really want to talk to you about this week. One thing I want to mention before I get started on the series I just got done watching. I don't know if you guys remember an old show called Matlock. You know, it just is an old TV show where you had this attorney who was doing cases and stuff and had a guy go out and do investigative work for him and stuff. Well, they apparently went and made a remake of it, and now it's an old woman called Matlock. But it's the same fucking thing. I'm so sick and tired of this feminist, DEI, race swapping or sex swapping bullshit. It's gotten old. It's dumb. And the statistics have shown the vast majority of people do not like feminist lead roles. I'm really surprised they're still pushing that fucking Queen Latifah and the Equalizer show because nobody's watching it. But they're still pumping it out. Because the actual Equalizer is a guy. He's not even black. If you go watch the original Equalizer, you know, it's a white guy. So, but anyways, I mean, I know they did Denzel Washington for the movies lately, but it's actually a white dude, not black. They just took it a step further with Queen Latifah. Ugh. So dumb. But anyways, let's get on to what I want to talk to you about. I just got done for you, so you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. I just got done watching that, Agatha all along. Now, Disney sucks anymore. They can't do a good show. And this is the gayest show ever. They literally just kept pumping that out. It's the gayest show ever. Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. Anyways, the Wiccan character, the boy, that's a totally new character in the comics. He's not from the original comics. Agatha is actually an old ass woman, or at least that's how she's perceived in the comics. I didn't so much complain about the age thing in this show. Like, I actually liked the actress who played Agatha. I think she did a good job as that character. The rest of them all sucked. I couldn't stand any of the other people or, characters. They were terrible. Especially that dumbass supposed green witch who's deaf. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So dumb. Now the green witch is in the comics supposedly. I know a little bit about Agatha, but I don't know a lot. Like, it wasn't like my go-to comic book character or whatever. So I know a little bit about Agatha. I just don't know anything surrounding her. Like, I didn't even know about the sun, and that in the comics Mephisto actually has her son. He works with him. It's like his right hand man or some shit. Anyways, she doesn't know that though. She don't find that out till way later in the comics. I thought the story concept with the witch's road and everything, and them having to gather some misfits, witches who are misfits, to create a covenant. I thought that was a decent idea, but the rest of it sucked. I absolutely hate the Wiccan character, or whatever his name is. I can't stand him. It's terrible. And he's the gayest motherfucker. Well, get the fuck out of here. You don't need a gay character in every single fucking show. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the story is they all want to go down the witch's road because they've lost their powers, or they want to regain powers or something. The witch's road is supposed to be like a genie in a bottle. It grants you a wish if you complete the trials. You have to go through a series of trials to get there. Each witch has to go deal with something from their past. They do this and they're dying off one by one. And Wiccan eventually shows himself, because at first nobody knows who he is. Eventually shows himself, and he's the made up son of the Scarlet Witch. Like, he's not even supposed to exist. Anyways, like I said, they go through all the trials and they die off one by one. And then at the very end, Death and Agatha are supposed to be lovers. That's not in the comics. That is not in the comics. They made that shit up. Anyways, she kills her at the end. And she does it to save Wiccan, because Wiccan reminds her of her fucking son. Ugh. Whatever. Anyways, she comes back as a ghost. One of the witches, the black chick, of course, it's the black chick. Everybody else is white. Well, except for the Chinese chick. But the rest of them are all white. So the one black chick, of course, she survives and lives. And then fucking, you know, at the end, he's all like, I guess you're going to be my spiritual guide now. God. And she's all like, let's go find your brother. Because supposedly he was able, that was his wish at the end of the Witch's Road, was that he could find his brother. Which he had to help, supposedly, find a body like he did. I don't know. It's just, he has a twin brother that doesn't exist, but now all of a sudden he does. It's ridiculous. But whatever. I know I keep saying that, but it's just, this show's batshit crazy. It's just dumb. But at the end, she's like, let's go find your brother. His name is Billy, and his brother's name is Tommy. He was the speedster in WandaVision, the show WandaVision.
You know who I am.
So that's the end of the show.
Anything you say.
It's official.
Like I said, the concept is okay. The way it's executed sucks. They have one good actress. The rest of them are terrible. I mean, no offense against What's-Her-Face, who played in the 70s, that 70s show. I never really watched it. I didn't think it was all that funny. But yeah, it's really not worth your time. They do not follow the comics for the most part. Most of it's made up bullshit. Now you end up finding out that Wiccan, you know, he has similar powers. Supposedly, he's supposed to be even stronger or more powerful than the Scarlet Witch. But, so he can bend reality too. And come to find out, there is no Witch's Road. He just made it because he can bend reality, you know, like the Scarlet Witch, because she can control chaos and reality. So he made the whole thing up and killed them off one by one. Anyways, that's, the show's terrible. It really is. It's not good. I give it 2 thumbs down. Feminist DEI alphabet community BS. It just, they can't follow the damn comics. Tell the original stories. Stop making shit up and thinking you can do better, because you can't. You suck at it. All them writers, you suck. That's in Hollywood right now. You feminists suck. You can't tell a good story to save your fucking life. It's ridiculous. Anyways, moving on. Let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Alright, movie holics. This week, for Action Week, I started looking up some like, you know, military type action, war, that kind of stuff. Haven't done any of those in a while, so I figured we'd do that this week. So this week is Action Week. this time around, I chose a movie called Biloxi Blues. It was done in 1988, made about 51 mil worldwide, starring Matthew Broderick and Christopher Walken. Now, this being a military movie, I thought it'd be have some action in it, but it didn't. It was more of drama. It tried to say it had a little comedy in it, but I didn't find it really funny. It was more of a drama-based movie. Now, during the movie, the basic part of the movie is that, you know, you're following Matthew Broderick's character, and he's telling the story that he's writing it. So he's narrating at the beginning. It's about his time going into, during World War II, them going into boot camp. And that's literally the whole movie is their time in boot camp. He just basically talks about a few of the guys that he's with in the camp or barracks or whatever. And Christopher Walken is their sergeant or whatever who's training them. Though he's a little nut, he's a little bit nuts. It also talks about, you know, him trying to make friends with these guys and what they had to do there at the barracks for training. And supposedly him losing his virginity. That's part of the story too. Like I said, it was just basically a drama, like almost like a biography of what he did during his time in training. Now the war, at the very end of the movie, he talks about they dropped the bombs and the war ended, so they didn't have to go overseas and see any combat. They just got to return home. The movie's okay. It's alright. You had some decent actors in it, but it really isn't my type of story. It's okay. I give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. It was alright. At least maybe a one-time watch. Moving on to the next one. This one's from 2006, and it only made about 18 million. I figured it made more than that, but I've never heard of this, so I was kind of surprised when I saw it. It's called Flyboys. Stars James Franco, and Jennifer Decker is the leading lady. It's kind of it's supposedly it's a story about when they first started flying planes in the war in World War I. That eventually leads up to World War II. There were American volunteers who went to France to learn how to fly planes in the war. Many of them got killed. It's also got a love story. He meets this girl and falls in love with her, this French girl. But for the most part, it's got quite a bit of, I guess plane action. You know, a lot of dog fights and stuff in this movie. One in particular, German guy, they get into a tussle because he keeps killing them off. And they kind of get tired of it, and he finally takes him out. But yeah, that's basically what it's about, is the first Americans going over there flying in World War I for the French. It does, like I said, it does eventually lead up to where the Americans enter the war and it starts World War II. But anyways, most of the movie is basically dogfights. You have one guy who's been there a while. He kind of takes over the squad and helps train him. And he came over with another group of Americans, and they all died. He's the last one left. Towards the end of the movie, he gets killed by the German with the black Falcon plane, black and white plane. And James Franco kind of takes his place. The American had been there a while and trained them. He takes his place and he ends up killing that dude. Kind of like avenges him. Anyways, the movie's pretty decent. It's not bad. I liked it. It was good, even with the romance stuff in there. Which, by the way, at the end of the war, they were supposed to get together, him and this French woman, but she never showed up to the rendezvous where they were supposed to meet after the war. Kind of sad, but you know, that's the way it was then. You know, a lot of times a lot of people would start a romantic relationship overseas during World War I, World War II, and it just never pans out. It never would pan out, basically. But anyways, good movie. If you like war movies, military movies that's got some action in it.
You know who I am?
Like I say, it's plane action. You know, them flying and doing dogfights quite a bit. Check it out if you want. I give it, you know, a thumbs up and a thumbs down. It wasn't the greatest, but it was decent enough that, yeah, I'd probably watch this again after a few years. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. Yeah, some decent actors in it. But yeah, check it out if you want. I recommend it for at least a one-time watch. That's all I have for you this week. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you could think of any underrated movies or B movies you think I've never even heard of, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. I do have another channel you might want to go check out. It's in the About section. The link is there. Go check it out if you want. I could use some subscribers on that one too. But anyways, that's all I have for you this week. I told you you'd be told the truth, and you just been told.